Hello everyone, my name is Enzo Macarone and this is Pop Culture. I was looking for a Pearl Jam song to react to and I found this treasure, this hidden treasure, at least for me. I'm mostly a pop kid. I usually listen to the same music from R&B, rap, trap, pop. I listen to some rock, hard rock and now some metal, but I don't know much about these genres. But of course I have heard Pearl Jam, Audioslave, Soundgarden. What I had no idea is that Chris Cornell and Eddie Vedder had formed a band that was called Temple of the Dog and that they had made a record together. So this is a part of history that I'm discovering right now, and I'm really anxious and excited to listen to this song, and I'm really curious to see how Eddie and Chris will combine. Actually, they got together by chance because Eddie was doing, I think it was doing a rehearse. He came across with Chris, who was trying to figure out this song, and Eddie started singing. Chris really liked the way he sang this song, so he decided that he was going to be part of the song and the band. Okay, I have read the lyrics, I know what the song is about. I think it's very interesting. I'm going to talk about it at the end of the video, but now I want to listen to the song. Oh, I was not expecting the song to start this cheerfully.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I can't feed on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled. Yeah, but it's on the table, the fire's cooking, and the farming babies with slaves are working. The blood is on the table and the mouths are choking, but I'm going hungry.
So before the song explodes, it's incredible how you can hear this beautiful melody that is it makes you feel alive. And at the same time, you listen to his singing that is very painful, carried with sadness, with disappointment. So the song puts you in a reflective state. Let's go back again.
I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence, but I can't feed on the powerless when my cup's already overfilled. But it's on the table, the fire's cooking, and the farming babies of the slaves are all working. And it's on the table, the mouths are choking, but I'm going hungry.
It's incredible. This was the part that that impressed Chris and convinced him that he had to do this song with Eddie. And you can tell why. He sings in a lower pitch, but his voice combines very well with the song. It's amazing when they come together, when he sings in the front and you can hear Chris Cornell voice at the back, the combination between the two is incredible. They have so distinctive voice. Chris Cornell more rasped, more high pitched, but it's a unique voice, and Eddie, well, it's a voice that you can recognize in every song. If you are listening to a radio, to a random station, you can tell when he's singing. The two voices are totally distinctive. Oh man. I like how he goes up at the end of the sentence with pain, with his rap's voice, where you can feel he's claiming. What a beautiful, beautiful song. What a nice melody. Such nice harmonies. Beautiful instrumentalization. They both kill it singing. Eddie Vedder more low, Chris more high. But they both have the time to shine in this song. And they shine so bright together. Two music geniuses together in one song. What could go wrong? Of course this song was going to be fire. Was going to be almost perfect. With two geniuses together. It's such a beautiful song, musically speaking, and it talks about a subject that is so painful. Before we move on, I want to say rest in peace, Chris Cornell. It's a shame that he left us so young, but he had a lot of sadness in his heart, and part of it is because he was very aware of the problems that society has. And in the USA is a country that has a lot of good things, but I can understand how people would feel so terrible to know that in one of the richest countries in the world there's still a lot of poverty and a lot of people struggling to get day by day. I think that all good humans want people to get out of poverty. There are a lot of countries that have been growing, for example here in Latin America where I live. Argentina is the exception because we have been in crisis, on continuous crisis for the last 50 years. But most of the countries in Latin America are starting to grow, and a lot of people is getting out of poverty and entering the middle class. And around the world, the extreme poverty has been reduced from 90% at the beginning of the last century up to now, where we have 10%. Now with the whole pandemic situation, things got worse again. So I hope next year will be better. So my final thoughts on the lyrics, I think that people like Chris, like Chester from Linkin Park, who was his friend, they had a lot of sadness in their hearts. They suffered a lot because they were very empathetic with other people. And sometimes you feel down because you can see all the people fighting poverty, fighting hunger. And well, here you can see a lot of that because, for example, in my country, the 40%, 44% of the population is under the poverty line. So compare that with the USA, where only the 40%, the 13% of people live below the poverty line, and it's a much higher poverty line than here in Argentina. So here you can see a lot of inequality, and you can tell that the politicians that are supposed to help the people, they say a lot of nice things to convince the people, the poor people, to vote for them, but in the end they never solve the problems because they don't give them work to get out of poverty. They just give them a check, some money to get their vote, and then they don't solve anything because there's no work. They don't create any jobs. I think it also must have been very difficult for them, for Chris and for Chester, to become famous, have a lot of money, because maybe they had problems with their conscience living so well while other people were suffering. But that's something that happens to a lot of us because maybe we don't have much, I don't have much, but there's always people that are worse than you, and you try to help them, but you can't help everybody. And I think sometimes that thought could make them feel bad, knowing that you can't help all the people in the world. So my wish for the future is that people can have work, can earn a good salary that allows them to live a good life, and that allows them to have time to develop their hobbies like I'm doing now. I'm very thankful for my life, and I hope you are too. So anyways, that was the video. If you happen to like it, leave a like, leave a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one. Goodbye.